Alright, so I've got this problem on the board, and I think it should be pretty quick, but I thought it was interesting, so I wanted to go over it, and I wanted to do this two ways. So we have a quadratic equation on the board, x squared minus 20x plus 64 equals 0. And we're told the roots of the equation are alpha and beta, and we're asked to find the square root of alpha plus the square root of beta squared. So the first method I'm going to use is I'm going to solve this using Vieta's method, and I just want to review that quickly. So if we have just a generic quadratic, ax squared plus bx plus c, Vieta's formula tells us the sum of the roots is going to be alpha plus beta, which is going to be minus b over a, and the product of the roots is going to be alpha times beta, which is just the last term c over a. Vieta's formula also works for higher degree polynomials. There's just a little twist to it, but right for now we're just looking at it for a quadratic. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do with our given polynomial quadratic is let's find the sum of the roots and the product of the roots. So alpha plus beta, the sum of the roots, is going to be minus b, which is 20, over 1. So we just have 20 for the product of the roots. Okay, for the sum of the roots is just 20. And then the product of the roots is going to be the last term, 64, over the first term, which is just 1. So we have 64 for the product of the roots. Now, next what I want to do, I'll take this and I'm just going to multiply it out. So when we get the square, we'll just basically do FOIL, multiplying it out. The square of the first term will have alpha. The square of the second term will have beta. And then we'll have add the inner and the outer term. We'll have 2 times the square root of alpha beta. Then the good thing here is we have these values. Basically, we have alpha plus beta here, and we have alpha times beta, so we can just plug those in. For this term, we'll have 20, and over here we'll have 64, but the square root of 64 is 8. And so we'll end up with 20 plus 2 times 8, which is just going to be 36. And that's going to be our answer. So that's my first method, just solving it with Vieta's, multiplying out and plugging in. Now for the next method, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to factor this quadratic. We can factor it as x minus 16, the pen will write, times x minus 4 equals 0. And so that means we know our two roots. We're just going to have alpha equals 16, beta equals 4. And then instead of multiplying this out right now, we can just plug this straight into here. So we'll have the square root of 16 plus the square root of 4 squared. But this is just going to be 4, and this will be 2. So we end up with 6 squared, and that's just going to be 36. And that's the same answer we got earlier, right here. Just thought that was a fun problem and a good way to show the use of Vieta's formula on a quadratic. I'll stop it there.